Excuse me, son. Can I help you? What's up, all you cool snakes neonates? How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. It's been a minute since our last episode. Things have been quite hectic around here, and I've been struggling to find a video that I feel is worth putting out. I've been recording the stuff and then I just ended up deleting it and not enjoying it. But I thought I would throw you guys a quick video just now, seeing as we're into the new year and we're going to get back into the swing of things. So I'm Reptile Rich. If you guys are new here, this is Mordecai, our male Suriname red-tailed boa from South America. He's in the early stages of shed, as you can see. He's a bit dull, he's not his normal handsome self, but he's a very handsome boy here. He's absolutely wonderful and one of my personal favourites in the Reptile Rich household, but don't tell the rest. Now, me and Mordecai here hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful new year. Hopefully this year brings you guys lots of happiness and you have a fantastic year this year. Hello, handsome. We had a fantastic year. Excuse me, son. Can I help you? Can Dad see, please? Thank you. Mordecai has absolutely no respect for personal space. But what a fantastic year we had last year. We had some amazing happenings and episodes. And speaking of Mordecai, last year we picked up this gorgeous girl here, Ruby, who is going to be Mordecai's girlfriend. She is also a Suriname red-tailed boa, of course, keeping those localities proper as we do. So this is Ruby, our female Suriname red-tailed boa. Isn't she gorgeous? She's grown quite a bit. Just take a look at this snapshot of her with Theo. Woohoo! When we first got her, she was just so tiny. Yes, she was just a little girl. And now look at her. She's still nowhere near big enough for breeding. She's still not big enough to be introduced to our handsome Mordecai there. But she is a gorgeous girl and fantastically well-mannered. Aren't you, my sweetie? She's actually outgrown her height. So we need to give her a bigger hide pretty soon. And we'll get her sort of a bit more comfortable in there. This girl has some very interesting mannerisms that have developed over the past year with her. She has developed a form of Viv defensiveness. Now, I often say Viv defensive isn't really a thing. However, this girl shows about the closest thing I've ever seen to that. When she's out, as you can see, she's wonderful. Thank you for the kiss on the lips there, sweetheart. She's a wonderful sweetheart. She has this little game where she likes to go up onto my shoulders. She'll go around and she'll go up onto my head, which is pretty cool. However, when you put her in the enclosure, she goes from being this absolutely lovely sweetheart, and sometimes she'll turn into this demon. She'll start hissing, puffing herself up into a proper defensive posture. Typical of baby boas usually. So I'm hoping it's just because she's big. When she goes into her enclosure, she gets a bit scared of the big scary bearded man sitting at eye level with her and peering in at her. Where are you going, sweeties? You can't go up there. No. Oh, careful. As I said, she likes to go up there. Now, calm down. Also being handled, she can sometimes be a bit unsure of being handled. A little bit weird, if you know what I mean. But she seems okay. So she has developed some interesting mannerisms, definitely. Her enclosure's fine, her temperatures are fine, humidity and all that's good. She gets the same as all the other animals. Mordecai I've had for quite a few years now and he is thriving. So we've got the red tail care down to a T. We're going to do some care videos pretty soon. I think we might do the false water cobras soon because they seem to be one that has been asked for quite regularly, so we're going to do a false water cobra care video very soon. But yeah, so last year brought us this gorgeous girl here, this Suriname red tail female, Ruby. A little close up there of that ruby red tail there. Where do they get the name red tail from? Not what's commonly called or misconceived from a boa imperator or common boa. This is a true boa, scientific name boa constrictor. Aren't you? Yes, from South America. You're just gorgeous. Yes, you are. You're just a beautiful sweetheart, aren't you? Oh, thank you. She's booping me on the nose there. Did you see that? And here's another animal that came to us last year. Early last year, I think it was actually, was the alien species, the axolotls. That's right, everyone's favourite Minecraft pet, the axolotl. These guys are pretty awesome. They actually surprisingly have their own personalities too. And they seem quite intelligent, a bit more intelligent than I thought they would be. They'll see you coming and they'll race up to the glass and look for food and things like that. They are quite a characteristic pair. We've got Axton and Newt, Newt's commander, the salamander. So we've got the two axolotls there. Wonderful creatures from Mexico. Stunning little animals. Real life living Pokemon right there are the axolotls, aren't they? They're amazing. Another animal that came along last year was a couple of dream tarantulas, the P. metallicas. These guys are molting. I wonder if we can get into the top. These guys are molting, looking fantastic. And as you can see, starting to get their blue coloration in. These guys are looking stunning. We also took in a couple of P. erminias. You can see some molts there. These guys have been molting, but growing very slowly. You'll not really get a good view of them. They've not changed much. We had 3 of them. One of them passed away. One of them also came with 7 legs, so I'm wondering if it was the same one. I'm not sure, because the tarantulas regrow their legs when they molt, so I'm not sure which one it was. But yeah, the P. metallica and the P. erminias are doing absolutely wonderful. So we had some tarantulas join the reptile-rich army as well last year. This is another snake that's in shed right now and behaves a little differently when they're in shed. Hello, handsome boy. Are you enjoying some heat? Another stunner that joined us last year, Gimli. Snake I swore I'd never own, the reticulated python. But when I was offered this gorgeous man, how could I turn him down? Look at that. That is a pretty snake. He's in shed just now, so he's not looking his best. But wow, is he pretty. Very good little man. Hello, my boy. You need to spray him down quite regularly. He's very curious. He loves investigating things. And as you guys can see, he's growing like a retic. He's a super dwarf, het mainland. So he's never going to be tiny. But at over 2 years old, he's still a decent size. Nice little size for a reticulated python. He is a albino lavender het snow, if I remember rightly. I'm not a huge morph guy, not a huge morph fan, but when this guy sheds, he's gorgeous. He's absolutely stunning, is our Gimli here. He's got that nice slender body to him. You can see these guys are largely arboreal. Not a chunky python like the Burmese python. They're a very slender python. They're very adept to climbing in Southeast Asia, where they come from. Wonderful snake is the reticulated python. Definitely not a beginner snake by any means. This guy has tested me to the highest of my abilities. He's taught me a lot, and I've learnt a lot from him through the ownership, because this guy is highly food orientated. Aren't you, my beautiful big man? Yes, you are. He's very food driven. We've been training him and going through his training. He's been a bit off of it recently, just with Christmas and things like that. He's not been terribly well handled for the past few weeks, but he's still doing wonderful. Aren't you, my beautiful big man? He used to flinch quite a lot when you were handling him. That's pretty much gone now, so there's no flinchiness. You just got to sort of watch for that feed response. You can slip back into that feed response pretty quickly. But if you're ever worried about that, keeping him distracted with something like a Viv is always a great tip. But I've had a friend of mine has handled him with absolutely no hassle. I've been handling him now for quite some time with no hassle. He gave me 1 or 2 bites and that was pretty much it. He's been pretty well sailing since then. Haven't you, my beautiful boy? Let's see if he's going to have a close-up with the camera. What are you doing, Isaac? Where are you going? Probably the smell of rats still in this room too from last night. So he's doing well. He's not looking his best right now. But I'll give you guys an update. As soon as he sheds, we'll get him out, and you can see those colours, those yellows and everything really pop. Unfortunately, the camera never picks up how truly pretty they are, but we're using a new phone right now. So let me know in the comments below, is the quality any better? Is the picture better? Is the sound better? Or is it just the same? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Yes, Gimli, I know I need to hoover up in here, but there was no point before I start pulling animals out. Yes, handsome boy him. You handsome boy? You handsome? Another huge piece of news that we got this year was that we hit 1K subscribers. Massive bit of news and a massive milestone for any YouTube channel. We smashed that 1K subscriber mark. Isn't that something? Another thing that happened last year was we landed a sponsor. Rembrandt Timber sponsored the build of this vivarium here by supplying us with wood and things like that, giving Hunter an awesome new home. Hunter's not too appreciative of it recently. I think he may be in breeding mode. He's been a little bit active and a little bit testy as well when being handled. He's also rubbed his nose because he's been that active, which I know through recent years I've seen in the boas that have hit maturity. They're that intent on looking for a girlfriend. They're trying to just explore and find ways out of their enclosures, and they rub their nose a little bit raw. I found that on a couple of the animals. He's done it recently too, and it's made him quite testy, which has been a bit of a pain in the bottom. He also, I think, bit his own gum. I had to open his mouth the other day and move his jaw because he bit his own gum and it was bleeding. So I don't know if also that could have changed his attitude a little bit, because when they get hurt, they do actually blame you for them getting hurt, even if it was nothing to do with you. So he's maybe just fallen out with Dad a little bit. We're going to play this by ear. He's ready for a bigger enclosure now, so we need to really think about building him another enclosure already. So I'm looking at mixing things up and changing things around and stuff like that. So watch out for that pretty soon. We're going to have a shift about and we're going to get some snakes in some new homes, hopefully in the near future. Look at sleepy Alita. I was going to wake her up and do some filming with her, but how could you wake up that little face? You're a little dinosaur. So pretty. Another fantastic thing that happened this year was you guys smashed out the park with your donations and stuff like that. Kate and the twins, they donated a lot of pennies to the Reptile Rich and the Off the Scale Experiences cause, and they always came at a fantastic time. So when Kate and the twin girls, they donated that week, both of Alita's bulbs blew. Now, the UV bulb and the 250 watt basking bulbs, they are not cheap. So things like that were fantastic. So as always, guys, if you want to donate to yours truly, to my cause here, to bringing these awesome and amazing animals into people's homes, to inspiring people, young and old, to look after the animal or the natural world that we have left here today, to help with my mission of inspiring conservation and preservation, there is always a link in the description below of this video and all the other videos to a PayPal link where you can make a one-off donation towards this to help me bring these animals to people's homes and either through YouTube or through the Off the Scale Experiences business page, that sort of stuff. We love showing these awesome animals to you guys, and we love your guys' feedback. You guys have always got something good to say, which means the world to me, which is absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to comment and like on the video. You could subscribe through my ugly mug right there. There'll be a video for you or a playlist right there, and there'll be a random video selected for you right there. From me, Mordecai, and the rest of the gang, take it easy, guys. Peace.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.